Okay, here we go.
All right.
I dare you to lick that. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today is finally here. He's pumped because he's already got the gas can. We still got to do the radiator hoses and some other stuff to tie this thing together. But we are finally going to start this thing today.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not being ambitious. It's happening. Let's get to it. If you have not been caught up to speed, go check out the other videos. But today, we are going to be doing the radiator setup. Over here, we have all the radiator hoses. We're going to be cutting everything up and fitting everything back into here. And then routing them to both radiators like we've been talking about. We're going to fill this thing with some water. Craig's already got the oil in there, and he's already got the fuel lines ran. We just got to do some spark plug wires. Got to make up those. Yep. Fill this thing with some fuel. Break out the laptop. It's happening.
Finally.
You're pumped.
I'm pumped.
This is going to be cool. We keep saying like, oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. This is like the 22nd or 23rd video. But yep. We're building a car from scratch. We're not just throwing a car into a. We're not just throwing a car into a motor into a car. It is kind of like that, right? It's a big motor.
Yeah, it's a motor on a car.
Would you like some car with your motor?
Yeah, right. The motor is more in the car.
Pretty much. But for those of you that are new here, LS based 4L60E out of a C6 Corvette, 8 stack. It's a Holley Terminator X.
Yep.
And they have some pre-programmed stuff in there. We do have to tweak some things here and there, right?
Yep.
So that's kind of the platform. If you want to know more about this and how we actually got these things to made up and make this like a mid-engine car, go check out the other videos. But let's get to starting this thing.
Hey, Cole.
Hey, what?
Are you having fun?
Yeah, it's like a puzzle. It's like a puzzle of rubber tubes. Yeah.
Custom car equals custom everything.
Everything.
So
gotta weld a bracket even up into here to tip this filler neck.
It looks a little close at this moment, but once he gets it clamped and everything, it's still gonna be close, but it's not gonna be that close.
Not any closer than yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing, right?
Yep.
So
yeah, I got the same pulley set up as on mine. So he's running all the hoses, and then I got the rear tail lights on. That way we're not working on top of each other, because over here I already did the spark plug wires and spark plugs on this side. That's all done. So I went ahead and started doing the tail lights to stay out of his way so he can do his thing. But that one is a reverse light and a brake light all in one. And then those are turn signal and brake lights and run lights and those guys. So I'm gonna wire those up real quick. And then pretty soon Cole will have the lower one done. We'll get that knocked out here real quick and really close. There we go. So I got the spark plug wires done. Cole's still working on the cooling system. This is what he's got so far. That's a lot of thinking there to make that work. And then spark plug wires are done on both sides. He's working on that side right there. And then I got the tail lights all done. There you go. Heck yeah. Not too much longer. So Cole's still working on the radiator hoses.
Hey, I'm almost done. Look at all this.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's hoses everywhere. So you know, I give it out to the new Corvette, Lamborghini, all those ones where they put the radiator in the front, because there is a ton of work that's involved. But brakes are functioning. I had a few minor leaks, so I had to reflare a couple things. It's the story of my life. Brake lines are my kryptonite. Just want you all to know that. All right, so look at that, nice firm pedal. Brakes are holding, no more leaks. Once Cole's done with that, we'll throw some water in it.
Fuel.
And fuel and electricity on a laptop and stuff, and then we go do, and then hopefully this thing fires up. So stick with this. I know it's just water, but we're gonna be draining this because we have to pull this thing back apart to paint it. So water's gonna work as a good substitute for now. It may boil a little bit, but that's okay. So Cole is finally filling it up.
Yeah, buddy.
Gonna check for leaks. Hopefully he's luckier than I am. You're almost full.
Am I?
Yeah, but it's probably gonna drain down because it's going into the block a little bit.
Right.
Oh, there you go. You're full.
Okay.
And now you fill.
Here and there.
Yep.
Let it burp a little bit.
Yep. Just drink it.
It's hot out here.
I know, right? So hot, we have to have a fan on the GoPro 24/7 out here. Heck yeah.
She's filling up.
So I'm gonna mount these headlights real quick. And then we need some fuel. And we'll be firing this thing up. Ah, yes.
It's happening.
Ah, yes, the smell of gas.
As the British would say, I smell petrol.
Screw your EV. I love the smell of gas.
Finally putting fuel to it.
Heck yeah. Everything's done.
Hell yes.
Basically, we are done. If this thing starts...
This thing starts perfect and runs today.
Yeah.
That's it. We just gotta sand everything down, fix a couple of little tiny things, finish a couple of welds, and then paint it.
Yep. So headlights, taillights are done. I screwed up a little bit of wiring on the taillights. I got to figure out what I did there. But wow. So I'm gonna get the computer hooked up to it, and I got to program the Holley system. That way it knows what engine, what injectors, everything, what camshaft, all that good stuff. And then time to fire this thing up. I'm gonna feel where I'm at. Oh my God, I'm lost.
So we got the fans running right now. We're kind of running through and just double checking everything that needs to be checked before we actually start it up. So both fans are running. The transmission cooler fan's running. We got the throttle positioning learned.
Which was tricky.
Right, well that was tricky to get it to do it. So we're calibrating everything else. Those fans are pretty nasty. Gotta have enough airflow to cool this thing.
Right.
All right.
Here we go.
First fire up, so TPS, water, fuel, got it tuned all up, ready?
Yep, ready to go.
All right. Make sure we're in park, right?
Yeah, it's in, yep, good thinking.
Actually, you know what, let's do this.
It doesn't, yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Put a foot on the brake pedal, how about that?
Yeah, we don't want this thing taking off.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Whoa!
It runs! Yes!
That thing is freaking
Woo!
loud. Glad we put those mufflers on,
Yeah.
CT.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that thing's loud.
Whoa!
Holy shit, that thing's loud.
We need to turn the idle down a little bit.
Turn out a little bit, but god damn.
Not bad.
Sounds like a rocket. It didn't even take a second that fired over.
First fire up.
Hell yeah, man.
And there was literally, hang on. There was literally no faking that. That was the first fire up. You saw that smoke blow out of there?
Yep, first fire up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, CT, if that doesn't freaking get you going, I don't know what will. Oh, it's sick. Guys, if you have not noticed this giant yellow banner behind me for Jegs, we're using their welder to build this entire car. They have budget-friendly car parts that are in this very car, budget-friendly tools to help you build cars, put all your projects together. We have a link in our bio. Go check them out. All right, so we're working back and forth with the computer, and then we did full manual adjustment up here for this 8 stack. We maxed that out, so now we're having to kind of play. This is what we talked about. So the 8 stack, there's a lot of air. You can tell that these blades are all the way closed, and it's still wanting to run at 2200 RPMs for a startup. But now Craig's over here adjusting.
I'm gonna take some timing out of it. So I had 18 degrees at idle. I dropped it to 6 just to see if it would hopefully drop the idle a little bit, because it's angry right now.
It's a little start wanting some fuel there.
We may have to do a little bit of machining on those, like kind of
just to get them to where they can close a little more.
Shut.
Yeah,
completely shut.
I mean, you think about that. That's every whatever kind of measurement you want to talk about is times 8. So
Yeah.
that's 8
A
throttle
little
devices.
tiny gap is a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
So here, we're gonna try to fire it over again and see what it does.
Nope. All right, so we're gonna have to go through and try to shut them each one 100%.
That's a lot. That's a lot of fuel and air.
Yeah.
Rushing in there for just an idle. So
Yep.
you don't want to be sitting at a stoplight. Well, maybe you do want to be sitting at a stoplight, deafening everybody, but it's not good to have your car idling at 2200. So we're gonna do some adjusting here, and then we will get back to it. Okay, so as you saw, it didn't work quite the way we wanted to, or we're hoping it, because that would have been the easy way. So instead of it being the easy way, we're gonna take all the 8 stacks off, and then get down into here. So now you can see with the cones being off of it.
So there's a little bit of a gap that we probably can get them to show a little bit more.
So yeah, exactly. So anybody that hasn't really done a whole lot with this kind of stuff, what we're looking at is this right here. So you see how this blade, well, I got it's closed now, never mind.
There's a gap.
There's a gap.
You can see the gap.
Right up in here, you can see just a little bit of a gap, but like we said, times 8, that's a lot of CFM. So we're gonna take all these off, we'll see what adjustments we can make, and we'll catch you in a second. So, ready?
All right, so it's got oil pressure. It's got a stupid high idle right now. We found a vacuum leak. We had to get creative on this, and there ended up being a leak, and that's because when all this was sandwiched down, there's a plate way down here. Hopefully you can see it. See that plate? Got aluminum, and then a steel plate right there, and then a nut. That steel plate is part of this plenum that's in here. And that plenum shares between the sides and every single cylinder. When we sprayed brake clean down in there, it started to choke out. It was
overfueling.
Yeah, it was getting too much fuel.
It was specifically right on this side. This side's sandwiched really nice.
Yep.
And then we spray. So obviously it's a vacuum leak.
Yep.
Vacuum leaks suck. If anybody knows they've had vacuum leaks, they suck. But we know what the problem is. It's an easy fix. It's a disassembly. I hate vacuum leaks. I know you
suck.
laugh.
Vacuums
suck. Yes. Yeah. If anybody knows what it is to sit there, hunt, figure out what the issue is, it's fun. But we kind of had an idea that it was going to be, because this isn't a very common setup.
Yep.
It was going to be something that we had to make fit. But it's so damn close to being perfect. It's only at 2,000, and it holds an idle 2,000. It is clean.
Yep.
It sounds great. But we're not going to end it off just yet. I want you guys to listen to how badass this thing freaking is.
And you got the throttle up there, so just give her a little blip.
Just a little blip.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, ready?
Yep.
Listen to this thing just freaking turn over, CT, at will. Dude, that thing is sick. Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
Holy crap. Well, guys, next video, we're going to fix the vacuum leak. We're going to take it out, put some tranny fluid in it, take it out, run it up and down the street a little bit. You're going to be able to see this thing actually driving. Dude, it's going to be awesome. We're so freaking close. Once that happens, we'll bring it back in, DC it, paint it, finish everything up nice, reassemble it, and then CT should be coming by pretty soon to pick it up, and then that's going to be an amazing video.
Heck yeah.
So, don't leave us yet. Hang in there. Subscribe, please. You don't want to miss this. This thing's going to be a ripper.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at this thing, you heard it. Look at how freaking light this is. One hand. I mean, this thing is going to, it doesn't weigh anything.
Right?
Nothing. It's going to be sick, guys. Thanks for watching. We're Death by Boost. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.